What's up, y'all? A lot of you guys have mentioned in the comments in the past for me to make this video, and I've never actually taken the time to do it. So I figured, why not do it today? Basically, I'm just gonna be showing you guys what boards, bindings, life jackets, boats, and just sort of whatever kind of gear I'm gonna be riding for 2021. For the cable, I'm gonna be riding my own board, my signature model, the freepress. For the boat, I will be riding Sean Murray's signature board, because he's the man. But the Murray. The vest I ride is this Ion collision vest. I don't actually have any 2021 boots yet, but they are on the way. On the boat, I'll be rocking the 2021 Hyperlite Team X boots, and on the cable, I'll be rocking the Relapse boots with the low back bindings. The boat I'll be rocking all of next year is the Centurion boats FI 25. And the dog I'll be rocking for 2021 is the Airbud. I'm pretty sure that he's not for sale anywhere, but if you can find one, it's a really cool dog. So yeah, be sure to check him out. He does have an Instagram. I'll link that in the description below. That's all of the gear I will be rocking for 2021. I'm basically just gonna go over each item and the things I like about them. And yeah, I'll show some riding clips with everything as well. If you are looking to purchase any of this gear, it's all available on boardco.com. Centurion boats are available on there as well. If you're looking for a good deal, they should have the lowest prices. And if not, they do price matching. If you want 10% off any wakeboard, wake surf, binding, life jacket, rope, or any sort of water sports equipment in general, use product code JB ONeill, all caps, at checkout. This applies for all brands, even if you're not interested in the ones that I'm riding. Sorry for that blatantly obvious advertisement right there. Let's get to the gear. First, we're gonna go over the boat board. I ride the Murray. The reason I ride this board is because it's freaking sick. The graphic looks pretty awesome on the top and the bottom, and plus it's got some pretty cool features. The main feature I like about this board is that the features are very minimal and it's very basic and there's not really much going on. I feel like these days boat wakeboards are trying to be sold like a race car, and I don't necessarily think that's a good thing. Super duper mega core, blackout technology, quadruple ultra rocker, these things are all not real. These are all fantasy things made up to help sell you on product. What is real though is this spine straight down the center of the board. This spine is actually one of my favorite features on the board. You can see the board will rock side to side and also spin on a center point right there in the middle. What this does is actually help disperse water to every end of the board. It'll actually make your landings softer, so when you land, it'll just punch through the water and sort of hammer it all out in different directions instead of taking that blow straight to your knees. Something else I like about this board is this rolled toe side and heel side edge. You can see how it's more sharper towards the tips and then rolls up right in between your feet. This is pretty good for helping you not catch an edge, and I really like this because I'm an extremely sketchy boat rider and I tend to almost catch an edge a lot of times, and I feel like this saves me all the time from massive headaches. I never really said the reason why I like that this board is basic, but basically that there's not that many features on the bottom, and it's really smooth and water flows across the bottom of it really nicely, and it almost just feels really natural. The fins aren't too big or too small. It has a nice amount of grip, not too much grip, but not too little. And yeah, it just feels really natural the first time you get on it. And honestly, you just gotta try it. The pop on this board is actually extremely predictable. You really know exactly what's gonna happen when you hit the wake. It doesn't have that extreme mega buck you to the moon pop, or it also doesn't have that super mellow pop that doesn't really give you anything. It just sort of has that perfect predictable pop that you'll sort of just feel right at home on. Also, if you are that guy that likes mega channels on his board or has like a huge 3-stage rocker to get mega pop to the moon and land super heavy, I'm not trashing on you. That's just not really my style. If you do like that kind of board, feel free to go get that. They are awesome for those things, but yeah, it's just not really my style. Time for the cable board, the best board on the planet, or at least I should think that. This is the freepress that I did have hand on designing with Aaron Stumpf. This board is also an extremely simple design, which seems to be something I like, with only a few features on the bottom. One of the features that I did add to this board are these extremely tiny rolled channels. They are so small that when you are in a butter slide, they have zero grab and you feel very safe, but they do have a light amount of grip whenever you are trying to edge pretty hard into a kicker, or maybe if you were to want to do an air trick or something, they would have that little bit of extra grab to help you out. Another feature I added to the bottom of this board is this chined edge all the way down the edge of the board. You can see it right there. What this chined edge does is when your board is actually resting flat on a feature, it'll actually raise the edge of your board about a ½ centimeter from the feature. This will help keep you from hanging up on where plastic seams meet each other, or screws sticking up out of obstacles, or any other obstructions on obstacles. It'll sort of keep you safe and you won't die if you happen to hit those things. Also, on the water, it makes you feel extremely safe because it makes it a lot harder to actually catch an edge. The rest is just pretty much perfectly flat and smooth all along the base, so it feels nice and smooth when going across features. It's a little bit wider, so it's a little bit easier to stay on rails and get full pulls. 100% wood core, so it doesn't break. Something I really like about this board is that the tail and the nose of the board, you can see right here that it drops down and gets extremely thin in the tail and nose of the board. This allows for great flex in both the nose and tail. The belly is a little bit thicker than the nose and tail, so it'll hold up on those heavy landings. One of my favorite things about the board is that the nose and tail are both perfectly flat straight across, so if you do happen to over press, you won't be falling over to the left side or the right side. It'll sort of just hold you flat there and true in your nose press or tail press. This is the flexiest board in the hyperlite line. You can actually see how much flex is in the board right there. But yeah, super good for nose presses, tail presses, hitting rails and kickers, and just it's an all-around cable machine. As for boots on the boat, I do ride Team X bindings. I don't ride system bindings on the boat because I don't need to be strapping in twice. I don't need to walk back to the dock from falling on the other side of the cable park. They are perfect for the boat. The Team X boots have a nice amount of support. They ride up my ankle pretty high, and yeah, they have just the right amount of flexibility, extremely comfortable, and they feel really safe when I'm riding. So yeah, I don't know, they're an all-around good boot. It's the only boot I've actually tried on the boat from the hyperlite line, because the first time I tried them, I just knew I liked them. So yeah, I never ended up trying anything else. The boot I'm going to be riding on the cable for 2021 is the Relapse Boot. I chose this boot because the flexibility really suited me. The gooey boot is actually the most flexible boot in the line, and the distortion boot is a more stiffer boot in the line, and the Relapse sat right in the middle, and I really feel like that suits my riding style. It's nice and comfortable, perfect for walking back to the dock, and I can just click right into my system binding. I strap my Relapse boot into the system low back binding. I choose the low back bindings over the high back bindings just because I feel like the high back bindings are almost too responsive for me, if that makes any sense. Some people quite like the responsiveness of the high backs, but I like the low backs because I don't know, you sort of get like a good flexibility to them, and I don't know, the high backs are just so quickly responsive, and I feel like the low backs are more like fluid. I don't know, I think that makes sense, but yeah, I really like the low back bindings. My vest, the Ion Collision vest, this is actually not CGA, so if you are under 18, you probably shouldn't be riding this, and if you are above 18, this is sort of your decision whether you want to ride a non-CGA or a CGA vest. I'm sure a lot of y'all will think I'm irresponsible and think I might be setting a bad example, which might be true. It does have a lot more flotation than other non-CGA vests I have ridden in the past. There is a flotation piece of foam in every piece of stitching on the whole vest. Aside from the flotation, it is extremely comfortable, has a front zip for easy access for getting in and out, and also, unlike a lot of other non-CGA vests, it doesn't do that weird thing where it rolls up and flips up over your face, so that is really nice. Also, it's black, so it looks really cool. And as for the boat, it's pretty freaking banger. I haven't really messed with everything on here yet, but so far, so sick. We've got speed control paddle shifters right here, so it's nice and easy for the driver to change the speed. We got a trim tab paddle shifter right here. I'm not really sure if I should press that while we're on land. We've got the touchscreen right here. It has all sorts of different pages for everything you need. You got home, you got quick surf, you got ballast, you got maps, you got lights, and you got personal profiles and other settings right there. There's everything you need to know, and it has a pretty good layout. For wakeboarding, it's pretty easy. I just fill the amount of ballast I want, whether I want a super jacked wake or just a medium wake for that day, and I usually just set the trim tab, the center one, to about 30 or 40%, and the wake's pretty sick. I should know how much factory ballast is in this boat, but I actually don't. I would assume there's at least 4,500 pounds or more. I may be wrong, but the factory, like stock ballast with the factory wake, like straight out of the box, is so insane. I haven't even added an extra fat sack yet. I am super stoked with it so far, but yeah, maybe we'll add more fat sacks soon. As for setting up wake surfing, it's extremely easy. You just go down here and press on this little profile guy, and you can either hit Pro Surf left or Pro Surf right, and just press activate for either one, and it just automatically does its thing, and it's good out of the box. And if you want to switch sides instantly, you just press this wave right here, and you can just press surf right or surf left, and it will just switch sides instantly, and yeah, it's mega easy. I've never had a boat that could wake surf that easily before, and yeah, it's pretty nice to be able to have a different variety of different kinds of riders of different sort of water sports on the boat, and yeah, it makes things a lot easier in getting different people on the water. Usually I'm the kind of guy that only cares about the wake size, but something I did think that was super cool about the boat is they actually sort of took the windshield and pushed it forward, and I feel like the bow really isn't like that giant. I mean, there's definitely enough room for like 2 or 3 people up there, but since they sort of condensed the bow, it made the back of this boat huge. It's like a limo back here. I mean, it's absolutely massive, and I never feel like crammed no matter how many people we have on the boat. Sorry, the boat is mega dirty right now. I did park it under this tree, and there's all these little brown leaves that fell in here, but I can go over all the small, tiny, cool things extremely quick. It has all these insane speakers all over the boat, and it is way too loud for my ears. I know I'm young, but man, it's really loud. Trust me, if you're one of those super party guys and you want to crank these things up, it's way too gnarly for my taste, but I'm sure there's some of you out there that absolutely love that. Something else that's sick, I can just press this switch forward and backwards, and this tower folds down like all the way down to here. That's insane. All of these speakers have lights in them. It has like these LED lights in the front that are extremely bright. It'll shoot forward for like docking, has sick lights that drop out of here. It lights up all blue inside, has underwater lights out the back, and yeah, I don't know, dude. There's a huge cooler underneath here, right here, and yeah, it's sick. And sorry for all the leaves in the boat. Oh, and also something I've been using a lot is these swivel racks. They can take both wakeboards and wake surfers, and they swivel extremely easily and click right in like that. But yeah, that's it for the boat. She's a beauty. That's all the gear I'll be using for 2021. By the way, if this video was too much of an advertisement, let me know. I'm really trying not to be that guy that wants to just cram product down your throat and stuff like that. I know I won't be making a ton of these videos or anything like that, but yeah, I just really don't want to be that guy. If you guys like this video, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Feel free to comment below on what board or what boat or what just gear in general you're gonna be riding for 2021. Also, comment below on what kind of videos you guys want to see in the future. I will be out here making wakeboarding videos every second day forever, so make sure you guys subscribe. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.